Now, everyone says it's too late to start an online business after 40. Well, they're wrong. And I'm not just going to tell you that, I'm going to prove it. Now, if we've never met before, my name is Stephen Thompson. I'm a former police detective, and I left that job at 38. And in my first year of building my online business, I made £126,000. And I've helped over 100 people over 40 start their online business through the Heartbrand Blueprint program. But here is something that nobody is telling you about being over 40 and in a day job right now. You see, one person, one decision maker controls your income, your time, and your future. That's not security. That's a risk. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 things with you. Why building a lifestyle business after 40 is not just possible, but it's actually safer than staying put. How I built mine twice after being completely knocked off course. And the one shift that causes everything to change. So stay with me, because by the end of this video, you know exactly why this matters now and what to do first. So I want to start by sharing a story, because I believe that your story and my story have something in common. You see, I was a police officer for 10 years, 8 of those years as a detective, and I thought that I'd be there for 30 years. Pension, retirement, and then live. Does that sound familiar? If it does, let me know in the comments. But 2 years in, sitting with my colleagues, talking about pensions, something hit me. 28 years until I can live. If you're over 40 and in a day job right now, I want you to ask yourself the same question that I asked myself that day. How many years are you trading for a pension that you might not even live to enjoy? Now, I still stayed in the police for another 8 years, in fact, because it's hard to leave. I get that. And I'll show you how to navigate that in a moment. But here's the part they don't put in the brochure. I didn't leave the police to build a business. I left to try and save my marriage. And it didn't work out. So there I was, corporate world, building someone else's vision, and quietly on the side building my now social media agency. 3-4 hours every evening after the day job. I even remember feeding my daughter Ruby, literally in this hand, just weeks old, bottle wedged in my face, and the other hand I was tweeting to build my online profile. Now on paper, everything looked like progress, but inside something felt really unfinished. Maybe you know that feeling. If you do, let me know in the comments. Here's what I learned from being a protector. Whether that's in the police, the military, emergency services, corporate management, you are wired to look after others. That wiring, it's not a liability in business. It's actually your greatest asset. Leadership, communication, crisis management, empathy under pressure. See, the people that you look up to in business paid 50 grand for the courses to learn what you already know from your lived experience. So you're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. But here's the problem. I took all of that experience and nearly destroyed myself doing it. Now, in just a minute, I'll show you the mistake I made that put me in hospital and how it ended up being the best thing that ever happened to my business. You see, I was doing everything right on the surface. The agency was growing. Clients were coming in. I made 126,000 in my first year. Literally, I don't know how I did it. It just, I suppose, showing up every day, working hard, people being there. But I was running at 100 miles an hour, doing everything the gurus said. Hustle, post more, scale faster. And then my body stopped me. 2017, I was diagnosed with inflammatory bowel disease. I'm actually going to hospital next week because of it. Right now, in 2026, it's still with me. And then a few years later, hemochromatosis, another diagnosis, another forced adjustment. Chronic illness does something to you. It rewrites your priorities. You see, energy becomes your currency, time becomes sacred, and stress becomes very, very expensive. See, I have even had clients who have told me they've been diagnosed with cancer mid-business build. I've sat with people who have had to completely reinvent how they work, who they serve, how they show up. Life will force you to reinvent. The question is whether you've built something that can hold you when you're not at full strength. So I didn't just rebuild my business, I rebuilt my philosophy. I stopped building a business and I started building a life. And that distinction right there is what separates the people who burn out from the people who build something that lasts. Now, I thank my wife. You see, she gave me something rare. Space without pressure, support without conditions, belief without an agenda. And she reminded me who I was before all the productivity became my identity. And then there's my daughters, Ruby and Summer. They changed everything quietly. Because when you become a dad, and I'm sure you'll resonate with this, they're watching you and you become their blueprint. Now, I did an exercise many years ago called 7 Levels Deep. It's a way of uncovering your real why. I've got a video on it. I'll link out around here. See, when you stripped everything back, I realized I wanted to show my daughters what a good father looks like, what possibility looks like. You see, I lost my dad when I was 8 years old to cancer. And my stepdad, George, he stepped in, he put his arms around me and he took that pain away. One of the greatest men I've ever known. But sadly, he died when I was 26. And I couldn't show either of them how good a son I could be. So now I channel that into showing my daughters and into this work. Now, if any of this is landing with you, and you want to get clear on what your next move actually looks like, I've left a link in the description for a free discovery call with me. No pitch, no pressure, just clarity on where you are and where you want to move to. Now, hundreds of people have used that call as the moment things shifted. There's a link below for you. Now, most people watching this know they want more. Come on, you've known this for years, but you're stuck doing the wrong thing. So in the next section of this video, I'm going to show you exactly what the wrong model looks like and the one shift that changes everything for you. Now, here's what I see every single day working with people over 40 who want to build their online lifestyle business. They're talented, experienced, brilliant actually, but they're stuck. Not because they lack ability, but because they've been handed the wrong model. Come on, you know the one, the 25-year-old hustle model, post 6 times a day, hire a Lambo and spray the cash. Come on, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? That model was built for noise, not your wisdom. You don't need to chase an algorithm. You don't need to copy the 25-year-olds who have speed but don't have what you have. Knowledge, experience, depth, credibility. So let me tell you a quick story. A factory owner's power goes down, losing hundreds of thousands of pounds every single day. He calls in the electrician. The electrician walks in, assesses the situation. 1 hour later, flicks a switch, turns a screw, everything comes back on. And he hands the owner a bill, £10,000. The owner literally loses it. Shit to the bed. £10,000 for an hour's work? The electrician says, fine, I'll just put it back how I found it. The owner goes into panic. All right. Just give me an itemized bill at the very least. The electrician writes £10 for being there, £9,990 for knowing what switch to flick and which screw to turn. Well, that's your business. That knowledge, that experience, that wisdom, it has value that most people around you cannot even see. But the right people, your people, will pay for it. This is what I call the experience economy. Your lived becomes something you lead with. Your story becomes your strategy. And those insights, they become your income. And YouTube isn't the business. It's the positioning engine. It attracts the right people, it filters out the wrong ones, and builds your authority before you've even spoken to anybody. Most people think a personal brand is external, a highlight reel, a persona, a performance. That's a table with two legs. It will fall over. Build it from the inside, with heart, with purpose, from lived truth. That builds trust. And trust scales faster than attention ever will. See, I help people over 40 start a 5K a month lifestyle business that they love alongside the day job in around 100 days. So then you can leave the day job, grow the business, double the income without burning out, without hype-driven tactics, without pretending to be an influencer. I call it the Heart Brand Blueprint, and over 100 people have walked this path already. Now, if you've watched this far, something in you has recognized something in me, for which I'm grateful. That quiet sense that you are meant for more than a commute, a routine, and a pension that you'll get at the end. You are more than repetition. You're certainly worth more than that. Maybe this video isn't just a story you've watched. Maybe it's one you're about to step into. Some people build businesses, others build people. The rare ones build both. Which one do you want to be? Let me know in the comments. Tell me where you are right now. Day job, side hustle, considering the leap. I read every single one. They are the fuel for my future videos. So if you want clarity on your next move, the discovery call link is in the description. Free, no pitch, just a conversation. And if you want to go deeper, watch the next video. Don't be a YouTuber, do this instead. And I think you'll understand exactly why after everything you've just heard.